Hey everyone, B and Haley here, playing a actual play of Our Mundane Supernatural Life. In this game, the very first thing we're going to do is to make our characters and do the setup. So we've decided off camera that I'm going to be playing the supernatural. You will be playing the mundane orange side of this duo.
So V and I have already had a bit of a think about our characters. The first thing we did was decide on our relationship, and we decided that we were going to be flatmates. Mm-hmm. The next thing we did was have a think about what kind of supernatural person V's character might be.
Yes, and I've chosen to be a demon of some description.
So from there, we had to pick a mundane problem and a supernatural problem for our characters.
My demon boy, I've decided that his trouble is that he was accidentally summoned onto this plane by some inept summoner. And the summoning time for him has now elapsed, and he's chosen to go back home because he hasn't seen his family in a long time. Although he did elect to go back and he's happy to do so, he's still very, very sad about letting his life in this earthly plane come to a bookend. My demon boy has the problem of uncontrollable transformation. Given that it's like the chains are slowly being broken, he's sort of lost some control over his physical manifestation on the earthly plane.
And seeing as we're flatmates, the mundane trouble seems pretty obvious, which is that my character needs to find a new flatmate when good friend Demon Boy moves out. So let's finish creating our characters and then we'll give them a proper introduction.
Cool.
I'm going to be playing Holly, Balthazar's flatmate. She is 32. Her job is that she composes music for video games. And she is a very neat and composed kind of person. Everything in her room is always exactly in the right place. She wears glasses. Her hair is always tied up in the same way. She's a very repeatable person who looks almost the same on any given day. And aside from living with Balthazar, she has a cat whose name is Wanda. And Wanda is in every way a replica of Holly. She is also a very composed and particular kind of cat.
And I will be playing Balthazar. People call him Bal or Bali. He's a demon of the infernal plane, or since his time being summoned on the earthly mortal plane, he's been at community college trying to find out everything he can about this exciting new place. He really misses his family and has been missing his family the whole time, so he's sort of happy to be going back home and seeing them. He keeps accidentally morphing horns and black eyes, tasks, fiery auras. At this time, it is been maybe about 2 weeks of it slowly getting worse and more uncontrollable, so it's causing him concern. He knows he needs to head on home soon. He hated Wanda the cat when he moved in, but kind of will miss her now. You know, the particular tastes, the fur, that glare. It's you know, he's gonna really, really miss Wanda.
Yes, Wanda. So the next thing that we need to do is we'll jump right into planning our day.
Yes.
So we have 12 cards here. I have shuffled these randomly. I will shuffle them again. When we flip these cards over during the game, 5 of these cards will have an X on them, which means something goes wrong with that activity in our day. And the rest do not, but we do not know which is which.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we need to do is decide on the 4 activities that we are going to do together today.
Cool. This is the day that I'm moving out.
Yes.
And this is the day that you've got rental inspections, I assume.
So we should have a farewell dinner, I feel.
Okay, I like that.
If today's the day you're moving out, are you just gonna, like, how do you move out? Do you just open up a portal?
Yeah, like, so I'm like packing up. I spent the last week painting this like summoning sigil on my floor. It's not quite done yet. Maybe that'll be one of my own tasks. But once it's completed, I've been packing all of my stuff in boxes on top of the portal. Once the sigil is complete, I will be taken home. Do you want to help me pack up?
Or, yeah, I'll help you pack. That sounds like a good idea.
I reckon that I want to get that done earlier in the day because I need to finish the spell that I need to cast. So I'm suggesting maybe we start at 10:30.
Perfect. I think that an activity that I would want you to help me with if you had time on this day was that the game that I'm working on is like kind of a really eerie, demon ghosty kind of feel, and the track that I'm working on is for like one of the most tense scenes, and I really want some like demon roaring in the background. So I wonder if you would help me out by doing a voiceover, like a bit of roaring.
Yeah. Come up with some source files with you.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool. Do you have like a recording thing in your room then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I record like weird sounds all the time. It's not like a professional studio, but it's good enough.
Can we say that that's early in the morning because like my morning husky voice is better for it actually? Like, you know, when I first like went,
Yeah.
9 a.m. And then we've got one last thing that we are going to be doing together. We could do something like more
to do with Wanda. Maybe we should try taking her for a cat walk.
I love it.
So I haven't heard about people taking their cats for walks, and normally Wanda
gets a lot of space at home alone.
Yeah.
Now we're intruding on Wanda's space all the time.
Yeah,
Wanda's getting feisty.
Exactly. Great. What time should we do that in the afternoon?
Yeah, let's do it in the afternoon.
3 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the 4 activities that we're going to be doing together. So the next thing we need to do is create 4 more activities that we are doing by ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 for me.
Okay, excellent. She sighed. Yes, we have planned.
Now we've created all the activities that we're going to be doing today. We need to sort these in chronological order.
Yeah. There you go. That is our day. Oh. So now we're ready to play our day. So let's go through how we actually do that. So for each of these activities in our day, we will be firstly rolling this die, this d4. And when we do, whatever it lands on, we add 1 to that number. And that's how many minutes we will have to roleplay the scene. So if I rolled a 3, we'll have 4 minutes for the scene. Then the next thing we do is we're going to check for an X. So that's when we flip over the card that we're doing and check whether it goes as planned, or if there's an X on it, some small complication happens or it doesn't go as expected. So we will work that into the scene. Once we've checked for the X, someone will start the timer and set the scene. And then when the timer runs out, we have to end the scene right then and there. Immediately. So that's how each scene will progress through the entire day like that. And when we get to the end, that will be the end of the game. What's this, Haley?
This is a time token. So if a scene is not the length you would like it to be, you can play this token and then you can end the scene when you want. But if you do, you have to blurt something out.
Yeah, you can use that only one time in the game. Once you've used it, it's on the starry night sky side and you can't use it again.
So, shall we get started?
So the first scene is my scene.
Yeah.
It is at 3 a.m. in the morning, the witching hour, and I must collect at the witching hour some moon essence so I can complete my portal spell. That is my plan.
Yes.
I will roll this die. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. I'm going to now check for the X. Of course it's an X. When I'm ready, we will start the timer and start the scene. Cool. So it's 3 a.m. It's very cold and the fog is still rolling in. I was expecting the night to be a bit clearer so that I can more effectively collect the moon essence that I need. I think I have like this crystal that is... It looks a bit junky. It's like it's definitely meant to be an impressive, like crystalline structure. But Val's one is like kind of got weird stains on it from a long time ago, like clouded. There's like a film of discoloration that is unclear what it is. Anyway, he's holding it up to the moon from like the highest point of the apartment. Like I'm sure there's like a fire stairs up to the roof, and he's just like trying to get the moon essence, the signals in, but it's really not working so well. Frustrated, I think that his eyes glow fiery red, then film over with black. And we see like in this foggy night morning, like this demon wings unfurl behind him. I feel like, I don't know if he knows, but there's definitely some people who see and is like, whoa, what the fuck is that? And he takes off with these like huge demon wings. He feels like really good. It's kind of like when you're in the morning, stretching out, like it has that kind of feel as he's like flying gently up into the air, 20, 50, 100 meters up into the air, and holding his little crystal thing, getting brighter. Like it's like sucking in this moon essence, like strands of silver being attracted into this like crystalline thing. Cloud comes over the face of the moon, and it's like the time window of like when he's able to collect this is growing short, and so we see him zip across that cloud and like obliterating it, continuing to gather the moon essence. But as he does so, something weird happens in his wings. This is the complication. I'm imagining these like black ravenish feathered wings. The feathers start like floating off and like detaching, and you see Val's face is like concerned, but he's almost done, so he's like trying to push it off, and then one of the flight feathers comes off his wing and he starts spiraling down. He's like still flapping his wing, trying to get control, but we can see the stream of feathers coming up into the night sky, and his eyes grow a little bit scared. The poor boy.
Oh no, poor boy.
They kind of like, you know how they're filmed over in black, they're like return back into a human looking eye, and they just look like, he suddenly looks like he's like, what he looks like at like a 25, 26-year-old. And then all he can think of is like hardening his body. Unfortunately, it does as he lands back onto the roof of the building with like that poof of feathers floating up into the sky. That is our time.
Immaculately timed. At 7 a.m.
This card just says search for inspiration.
Yes. It says search for inspiration.
Alright, so you gotta roll your die.
Yeah. So it's
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Would you like to check your
Check for an X?
Yeah.
Sure would. No, this goes well.
Yeah. I'm gonna start the timer then.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, you.
So the time is 7 a.m. I think Holly usually sleeps until around 8, but she woke up at 6:30 that morning and she couldn't stop thinking about this piece she's working on. She's been stuck on it. She's stuck in it all week. So at 7 a.m. she reluctantly drags her body out of bed because she has to work on this right now. She goes over to the kitchen, looks around for Belle.
You said you don't see Belle, just a bunch of weird feathers.
Weird feathers.
From the front door to Belle's room.
She can't resist. She gets the Hoover out. She hoovers so many feathers. Belle's a very heavy sleeper. If he is indeed asleep. Great. Tidy again. Okay, now her brain can think again. Okay. Oh, the track. She goes and makes a cup of coffee and then immediately begins to feel more awake. She sits cross-legged on the chair at her computer. Her computer has 4 monitors.
Wow.
The part that she's stuck on is like a very chaotic part where a lot of things are happening at the same time. And so what she wants to do is overlay sounds on top of each other. So she has an idea and she starts opening up YouTube windows of different things happening. Like she's got pack of wolves howling. That looks about right. This one is like people, banging gongs and stuff. Yep, take that. Just steps of people walking around an old castle. And so she takes all of these and plays them at the same time. And she's just like toggling different ones on and off to get like different combinations of the sound. And the whole time she's got like a program in her computer that like records what's happening. So she's toggling on and off to like get these different sounds. And eventually she like toggles the last one off, which is the crashing of armor, and it's like total silence. And she just like smiles a little bit.
Aww.
And then she immaculately rearranges all her tabs in the order of when she thinks the different sounds should come in the piece.
Yeah, so this is our 9 a.m. Together Time, which is recording demonic roar for video game background music. 3 minutes. And we are good. So you record in...
I'll record in my own office area because it has to be small and contained so that the sound doesn't echo.
Val is like in front of your door at the threshold being like, are we ready to do this?
Holly creaks open the door. You see she hasn't slept a lot the night before. She adjusts her glasses, which are a little bit wonky. You had a midnight adventure, I see.
Just one roar, right? Yeah, no, midnight adventures. No, it's just finishing up some stuff for moving out.
So thanks for helping me out.
That's okay. What do I do?
Well, that's the microphone.
He roars immediately.
Hey! If you roar that loudly while it's recording, you're going to shatter.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this. He's really nervous.
Also, no, that was perfect. Let's just take the decibels down.
Okay.
Let's do a few practice roars.
Like little puffs of smoke come out.
Do you need a coffee? Have you had a coffee?
Oh, I don't do the coffee thing. I really don't like it.
All right. So here's the microphone. She gets a pop filter and puts it in front of the microphone. And after some consideration, she takes her second larger pop filter and puts that in front of the first pop filter. Just express yourself. But not too loudly. Because
he totally brings the decibels down. It's like, roar! And it sounds like he's saying, roar.
Holly massages her temples a little bit. She has an idea. Kind of like, this is the vibe. She plays back the track that she recorded inside her computer this morning. You know?
Sounds really good.
And this is the bit where you'd be like, raw.
So he's like, pacha, pacha. And then he actually hits shoulder on something. And it's like one of the impact spots, like where he's bruised from this morning. And he yelps a little bit, which is the perfect sound. His little yelp.
Cute. The next scene is, as a thank you for helping me out with my musical track, I'm going to help pack up Belle's room. So I'll roll the dice.
Yep. Oh no. Something unexpected
trouble occurs
as we're packing up my room.
Yeah.
Belle's room is it's not that bad. It's a bit messy. And there's weird orbs playing around or just knickknacks from home. They're just strange knickknacks.
Holly is she doesn't like your ordering system at all. If you mix those in the same box, things are just going to smash. Everything has to be properly padded.
That's why I'm asking you to help. Thank you so much for doing this.
Jumping through a portal is going to be high impact. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done it, but I'm just imagining it's going to be high impact.
Yeah, there's some turbulence. It kind of depends on the planar flux at that time, but yeah, could be. I think it'll be fine though. And he's you can see him just chucking things into one giant box.
Yeah, she's just taking it out and rearranging it. No, these go here. These are photo frames. They've got glass on them.
Oh, yeah. We should take them out. I don't really need the frames, just the photos. And as he takes them out, there's a photo of him and some of his college mates, but the one behind it falls out, which is a photo of their first date together, way back when they briefly dated and they had ice cream together.
I think it slowly floats onto the floor. And Holly just looks at Val and then leans down and picks up the picture.
I totally forgot that was there at all. It means nothing to me. I mean, not that it means nothing. It's just I guess I just put the other photo in front of it.
I thought we didn't have these anymore.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, it's kind of nice to remember. I was thinking about it the other day. I mean, because I had strawberry vinaigrette and it's really tasty. And so I was wondering what the name of the place was, but here it is. And you had lemon scratchy.
He's let me see. And he looks over at it and yeah, you're really nice to me when I first moved here. It was kind of a hard adjustment. I wanted to go back home straight away, but I'm kind of glad we hung out.
Holly smiles. She's You kind of get the sense that she's pulling herself back because she knows you're leaving today. You should keep the frames. They'll get damaged without the frames. You can pack the frames. Let me show you. You take the glass out, you bundle the glass together, and then you take the outside of the frames. And she starts packing your stuff again.
And I think Val's like holding the photo.
No, she carefully takes it and she slips it.
Oh, but she puts it back in the frame. Cool. I never knew you could do that. And we see it all like, I think the final thing I want to see in the scene is just like that box being like closed up and like someone pulling the tape over the top. If it was unclear, I used the time token in that scene.
All right, the next scene is my scene at 11 a.m. Buy farewell present for Val. Let me see if I can roll something other than a 2. Oh!
4. You should check for the X.
I'll check for the X.
This goes fine. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, Holly thinks that she really needs to buy a present for Val for the farewell dinner because that's what you do when somebody who's your friend leaves and you want them to remember you buy them a farewell present. But she's really bad at picking presents and she's left it to the absolute last moment. She knows she should have ordered something online, but she didn't, so she is in the local shopping square area. Like, it's like one of those local shops, it's just like a little arcade. There's like 8 shops. That's it. 5 of them are closed because of the restrictions, so she has very little choice. One of them is like a women's clothing boutique. So she goes into one that's sort of like retro knickknacks, maybe? And she just walks in and like walks around doing laps, staring blankly at things. Picks things up that are clearly not appropriate or interesting, puts them back down again, and generally appears to be in a state of panic.
May I help you?
What's the vibe of this shopkeeper?
I feel like she's like an older woman, like who runs this shop for fun, you know?
Okay,
like...
yes, I know that person. So that kind of person's usually pretty helpful to Holly.
Yeah.
So Holly just like turns and looks deep into her eyes and is like, I need a present for my friend.
Ah, what kind of friend is this? What does she like?
He.
What does he like?
Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Punk rock. Smoke fish.
That one is definitely just yours. Okay, well, we've got this beautiful, it's like one of those like clocks that has like birds all imprinted on it. Shows you that. Shows you like a deck of tarot cards that are like all of punk rockers for some reason.
Wow, I didn't know they made things like this. Do you have something like just maybe more simple?
Simple. I think she waves you to a corner that's like the most typical things of like, you know, like household vases and plates and cups and that sort of thing. Something like this. Everyone needs a cup.
Yeah. And I think her eyes settle on like a heat-proof, fire-proof, like camping mug kind of thing. Which has got like the slogan written on the cup is "Stay Rockin'." This one, I think it's perfect.
Great. So this is 1 p.m. Probably after Val has had lunch. Pick up photos from shop. From time on Earth plane. Of course. I'm gonna roll. I should have rolled first. I think you should play the person from the shop and also someone who's in the shop as well. Like
in the queue?
Yeah, in the queue or something behind me. So this is just after Val's like the had discussion with the shop assistant who's like, oh yeah, mate, I'll go grab them. You hold on a minute. And this is like at an office works type thing.
Yes.
Where there's like a big store and they're so slow.
The queue goes like winds all the way around the shop because they've put lines that are meant to be spaced 2 meters apart.
Distance.
But the queue is so long that because of that, there's almost people out the front of the store.
But they're like, okay, sure. And it's been like already like 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. And I think Val suddenly like hunches over, kind of like it looks like he's got a tummy ache. We start seeing like little like horns coming up under his shirt. And he's like, oh no, not here. He calls back, could you be any faster with those photos?
Did you say Ralphazar's?
No, Balthazar. Oh no, wait, maybe it's under Bal. Or Bal or Bally.
Oh, Bally. Last name Bally?
No, first name Bally.
Behind you there's a man with his little kid who's like 4 years old, and the kid's tugging on his sleeve. Daddy, Daddy, look at that, Daddy. The father is staring at you and is like, Are you right, mate? He doesn't want to step forward because he's observing the 2-meter distance.
No, I'm fine. He coughs and like everyone looks concerned as like these. I don't know if you can see fire yet, but he can feel the fire coming up. He's like, he really wants these photos because he knows they've got like photos from all his friends that he met, like the trip to the beach from last summer.
Did you say you put them in last week?
And then like a growl. That's fine. It's all good. It's good. Don't worry about it. And like he like charges. He just charges. He like turns around and charges out of the store.
And at that moment, I think the shopkeeper turns around and is like, "Oh, I've got them." But like Bal.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's already like the door is like flapping shut behind him.
And the dad actually he picks up the photos from the shopkeeper and he like wait here to his little boy, and then he like sprints out the front door. If he can see Bal, he'll give him the photos.
Yeah. Okay. He takes the photos.
2 p.m. Time to show
potential flatmates
around. 30 minutes. Would you like to play a potential flatmate?
I would love to play a potential flatmate. Is it someone random or someone you know through a friend of a friend?
It's somebody who I know through a friend of a friend, but I personally don't know them.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Do you want to check for next?
Oh yeah, I forget about things going wrong. No, my thing is fine. Things never go wrong in Holly's life. Never. Nothing. Bal isn't leaving. One. Anyway, so I think that Holly has like immaculately cleaned everything in the apartment except for Bal's room because there's still some stuff that's being packed away in there and she doesn't want to interfere or break anything. There is the buzz. She lets Monica up the security door, welcomes her in, standing an appropriate distance away. Hi, I'm Holly.
Hey, Monica. Adrian told me...
Yeah, that you're looking for a place.
Yeah,
Holly smiles, it's a little on edge. What do you think? This is the main room. There's a beautiful kitchen island. There's the dishwasher. She starts pulling out random drawers. This drawer has the knives in it. This drawer has spoons.
Monica's like totally ignoring, kind of like being but actually it's just already like scratching Wonder under the chin and stuff. And I think the cat does Wonder like.
Oh, I think Holly is like really concerned because Holly's like, oh, she doesn't like, but Wanda's like,
yeah, that was definitely not Bal's like response to, when they met, they was like, Rah!
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, what a sweetie.
Usually, oh.
No, I'm pretty good with cats. Is this my room? She's already like, yes. The previous occupant is still moving out, so it's a little messy, but it will be very tidy. And she creaks open the door. What does Monica see in Bal's room? The boxes are all like neatly lined up. There's only like maybe like one corner that's just like waiting with an open box next to it. But all over the floor is like this like silver paint / mixed in with moon essence that has been painted to a very strange sigil.
Will not be there. I've already purchased some terps. That will be gone.
I don't know, it's kind of cool. Kind of suits my, like, aesthetic. I've been trying to look into what kind of music I can go into, because it might be fine for a while.
Oh, you're a musician.
Oh,
that's right. Adrian told me you play the...
many things, but currently the sax.
Right. I will look into some soundproofing.
Yeah, that'd be great. This looks perfect.
heavy
This looks perfect.
duty sound proofing. I'm so glad.
I'm sure it'll work out well. 3 o'clock. This is the one we're doing together. We are going to try to take Wonder on a catwalk.
On a catwalk.
On a catwalk.
Yes. 4 minutes.
Wonder does not want to go on a
We
catwalk.
flipped an X. What a surprise. So Holly has been buying a lot of things online. And
that's what all the boxes we've been using it
for
from.
some reason the one thing she couldn't buy was the present for Belle, but yeah,
that's
she's
always
bought
how
a
it
lot of
goes.
things online, and one of the things she bought was like a little cat harness for taking your cat for a walk, because Wanda's been getting very antsy because the door to her room's always closed. Now the door to Belle's room is always closed, and there's just not that much space inside. Holly asks Belle to just sort of like, keep Wanda calm while she just pops on the harness.
He's like trying really hard not to squish her into oblivion.
Yeah.
Also holding her enough that her claws aren't getting him.
Ready to go out the door?
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Look at her. She's raring to go. Wanda is trying to eat something on the wall.
Says, sometimes I think you're a little too optimistic.
Opens the door. Into the corridor we go. Drags on the end of the thing. Wanda is still in the apartment.
Belle, like, in a flash of inspiration, picks up a little, like, bit of canned cat food from the counter. Wanda, I know you like this stuff.
You have to open it.
Oh.
It's not going to smell like anything if it's closed.
Well, she knows what these look like.
I think Wanda does start to follow the cat food. And they lead her into the elevator, press the down button successfully, get down to the bottom of the elevator. Ding! It opens up. But unfortunately, at the moment where they would lead Wanda out of the elevator, she takes her moment to pounce and grabs the can, tornadoes into the corner of the elevator, and will not
leave.
Will not relinquish the can, nor make an exit.
Doors closing.
So Holly is trying to pull her, but then she also doesn't want to pull too hard because poor Wanda,
Let's just call this a failure, and he flops down on the ground.
We started this and we have to finish it.
No, Hol, you don't have to finish everything. Some things just finish up like this.
If you let things go unfinished, then if you make a habit of not finishing things, then suddenly things will just be incomplete. It's a waste of time to start something and not to finish it.
He just looks at her.
Holly sighs and she swipes her card, and they start going back up to her floor, and they just it's just like them in the lift. Wanda's going back to the tuna card, kind of staring at each other in silence as the lift creeps up to the 5th floor.
Cool. Alright, so 4 p.m. I'm sorting out last credits for community college. I think your words about finishing things off got to Belle. Belle's on his bed. The bed sheets have been stripped, and he's on his laptop doing a Zoom call with his professor of anthropology. It is his last credit that he needs to actually finish this level of diploma, but he hasn't. He started it late, so he still has half a course to go, and he wants to know whether he can finish it remotely from the demonic plane. But not the demonic plane, it just says remotely. So, as you understand, you can understand it's a bit tough to be able to come back in person. So I'm hoping, but it's really important to me to really finish this course and get my credits. So I'm thinking maybe we can arrange something online.
You want to transfer from person to person to remote classes in the middle of the semester? Well, theoretically, since our person-to-person classes are now remote anyway, I can't see that there would be a problem. Let me just have a look. I think that there's it should be as simple as just checking this box. There's a long silence as he's navigating through many, many windows. Let's see, they should have made this easy. I'm sure lots of students do this all the time. It must be very simple. I'll just enter my password. What's the yes. Have you submitted the special consideration form? It says here that in order to transfer from face-to-face to remote, the student must show circumstances occurring beyond their control. By submitting the special consideration form BA9 in person.
In person?
In person.
At the campus?
At the campus, yeah. That's what it says. You think they would have made an exception to that, given the current circumstances?
Yeah.
But yes, that's what the policy says.
And then Bal's like just thinking in his head, I can't even post it. How would I get it posted? Absolutely. I'll make sure it's done.
Yes, you have to pick up the form in person.
He nods.
And show ID.
He shakes his head. Can I not post it in?
Well, how would you show ID if you
I'll post my ID in with it.
Well, you can't post sensitive documents to the university. How would we return it?
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. And it's like, thanks for your time anyway.
Oh, Bao. Good job on your last paper. It was truly unique perspective.
Thanks.
Truly.
Humans are so interesting. And then he finishes the call, and I think you see him like knock on Holly's door.
She opens it a crack, and you just hear like weird screeching sounds and the sound of someone clawing at something. Yes.
Hol, I might need your help but with something. Last of my credits. You were talking earlier about finishing the things you started.
She pauses the creepy sounds.
Finishing what you started.
Yes, I'm almost there. I'm making amazing progress today.
No.
It's all thanks to you.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. That's all he says.
All right.
And he closes the door and looks at Wanda and says, All right. I need to call my fam. At least that's going to go well.
I'm sure.
3 minutes. Need to know that it's going to go all right.
All right.
Val's on the couch in the living room. Everything else is fully packed up. It's just now he's just holding this like completely spherical obsidian glass orb that he shakes like a magic 8-ball. Oh, sorry, wrong line. Then he polishes it off and shakes it again, and crackles with like the faces of his family.
You have summoned me. Oh, Bao.
Hi, Dad. How's it going?
Hi, Bao. Are you heading back?
Yeah, tonight. I've got everything set up. The portal's ready. It should deposit me right outside the gates of hell. Will you be there to pick me up?
I've got to work, but your mother will be there.
Is she gonna take the large...
What?
What? I've got a lot of things with me.
Oh, a lot of things.
Though I'm sure she's being...
Do we need to get one of the imps to help?
No, I think Mum can handle it.
Yes. The 43 arms.
Yeah.
Very handy.
Yeah. What's been happening back home?
Oh, it's politics. I don't like to get into it when you're not here.
But how are you?
I'm good. I got a promotion. That's why I'm working tonight.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward
double
to
time, double crime. But double pay, more importantly.
Ooh, that's great. I'm really glad, Dad. That's really great. Really good. I'm... Same as always.
Your room is still the same.
On fire?
Yes, and we left the markings.
They're a bit outdated. It's good. I'll
I never
clean that out.
You went through such a phase.
Anyway, it's fine. I'll talk to you later. And I think it's just that he sees Holly like come out and closes the thing before it.
All right. Our second last scene for the day. Our farewell dinner and goodbyes.
Goes fine.
Goes fine.
I think that we have done the pantry dinner. So there's like instant mashed potato and ice cream tub. And, you know, like a sad piece of a couple of carrots that we managed to glaze with some honey. You know, that kind of put together dinner. Just kind of reminds me of when I first got here.
We did glaze the carrots.
We did. They taste great. It tastes even better with the ice cream.
You remember we picked up this honey together in the Blue Mountains?
At the beekeeping place.
That's right.
That was nice.
I got you a present.
Did you?
Yes, of course.
You didn't have to.
Of course I did. Holly pulls it out and she's like wrapped it in packing paper. Already packed. Although you need to
unwrap it.
Unwrap it and then you...
What did the monk say?
Still rocking.
Still rocking. This is great. He like bangs it against the table a few times. This is great. Thank you, Holly. I love it. Great for my teas.
Yeah.
With this kind of material, I can even just heat it up myself.
Holly gets up. Oh, wait. We have to try it out. Puts a tea bag. Puts some cold water.
And then he holds it in his hands and like starts up a little fireball under it.
It's a shame we never went camping. This would have been very useful.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that. But this is just as good.
The weather. Yes.
This is kind of
it's
like
sort of like camping. The food. Haha.
The drink.
Holly's drunk a bit too much, I think.
We also polished off the liquor cabinet.
We did. Do you want another glass?
No, I'm good. Those drinks never really affect me anyway.
Right.
And he also like shakes. You notice? I think it's like Val is also pulling back to, you know, because he's got to go. He says, I was going to show you how the spell weaving works.
That's right. I'm going to see you off.
Yeah.
Let me just... She pours herself another glass of wine.
Oh.
Takes a little sip. Can I bring this?
Yeah, of course. He opens the door to his room and shimmies into one corner where like there's like a 15 centimeter gap in the sigil. It's like,
That's sort of beautiful. I can see why Monica liked it.
He like materializes a feather and pulls it out. Dips it into like the leftover paint, like a little vial left of luminescence, and fills in the last little bit. And nothing happens for a moment, and the whole thing goes in like fire, like in like glowy light. It's very warm. And all of the neatly packed boxes are just like slowly sinking into the ground portal. And
like nothing changes in Holly's body except her eyes, which are just like, whoa. Whoa.
It sinks down. And it's like, yeah, well, it works. Did you want one last drink? Or?
Yeah, let's share this one. Cheers. And then she walks towards him. Stay safe, Bally, alright?
You too.
She puts a hand on his shoulder.
He like freezes and smiles.
I'm gonna use this, baby.
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna miss you, you stupid idiot.
He like flushes red and he says, I'm gonna miss you. And the cat jumps on him.
And then they're like, no, Wonder, get out of here.
He catches Wonder before Wonder like falls into the portal.
Oh, and they're like, kind of coordinating through Holly. Yeah, hand it to me, it's alright, I've got it. Oh, take the wine.
He grabs the wine, you grab the cat.
And then like Holly's got like Wanda locked securely in her arms and she's like standing on the edge of the doorway so that Wanda doesn't get out. Bally's on the other side of the room.
He holds the wine glass up and says cheers and like finishes off the rest of it. And then he's like, I'll keep this one. And he throws it into the portal.
And Holly just like smiles.
I had a really good time.
And she just watches him as he like slowly sinks through the floor.
Yeah. And then he says, I miss you. Right sometime.
Bye.
Bye. And then he just sinks into the floor and like then it like ripples and covers over the floor, leaving behind just the moon sigils, but they're all like the pattern of it has been used up, so it's like singed in like a sort scorch mark in that pattern on the floor.
That's awesome.
11 p.m. fold laundry.
Last thing in the day.
Yeah. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
I'm ready with the timer, and
I'm
this
ready.
goes fine. We know.
After Val has left, Holly walks out into the living room, deposits the window down, closes the door, just in case the sigil's still working, and she sees the pile of taken down but not yet folded laundry. And it's like a very welcome distraction. She just can't think of anything else for a moment. The laundry isn't folded. I better fold it. So she starts taking things out one at a time. That cardigan she never wears, but she washed anyway. The clothes that she wore to the shop to get the present for Val. The first time she's worn outside clothes in quite some time. She just thought she'd wash them when she got back, just in case.
And Val's oversized jumper that he left on the line.
Right. She doesn't know what to do with it. She picks it all up and moves it to the other side of the couch once everything is folded. And then, like, tucked under the basket, she notices that there's something, like, throwing it off kilter. So she picks up the end of the basket, and it's, like, the stone that Val was using to call his family.
Oh my god.
And she's just like, oh. Just picks it up and, like, kind of crackles and jumps a bit in her hand. Oh. And then she, like, opens up the door to Val's room, like, but the sigil is, like, this silver charred mess on the bottom of the room, and she's like, Val? And she, like, politely puts the summoning rock on top of the sigil, but nothing happens. So she picks it up again. She stands there for a moment as it's, like, crackling in her hand. She starts thinking, no. So she closes the door and she goes into the studio.
Yeah, the recording
fires up the microphone. Starts playing back what she looped and put together this morning that was almost done. And it just, like, starts recording some of this demonic crackling sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sinks into the rhythmic loop of the sound over and over and over again, glazing across her mind, crosses her legs on her chair, opens the 4 monitors and watches the waveforms rise and fall. Peak.
Oh.
There we go.
There you go. And that is the end of our mundane but supernatural day.